I mean, that was a big blow to Bush when he had a little bit of momentum coming out of New Hampshire. This would have been a huge endorsement for him. Maybe she wants to go generational, thinks Rubio is the future of the Republican Party. That's a powerful endorsement heading into South Carolina.
You see a lot of the establishment Republicans now are adding up second and third.
Right.
And that's the latest way of saying that Trump's 35 or 40% isn't real and that it's going to eventually settle on.
Well, it's real. The question is how much can he go above that when other people start dropping out? Where does that support coalesce?
And they seem to even be discounting even a Cruz candidate. When you hear that the media has handpicked Rubio, you kind of see it happening, don't you? They have, although he's doing pretty well.
He is doing pretty well. And, I mean, the question you mentioned that the NBC Wall Street Journal poll, which shows Cruz with a narrow lead. There's some other polls out this morning. CBS has one that still has Trump well above Cruz. So we don't know if that's an outlier, perhaps.
Harwood,
right. Yeah. But if you look at the head-to-head matchups at NBC Wall Street Journal, Cruz beats Trump handily. Rubio beats Trump handily. So it's not just that. And it's also those numbers in NBC Wall Street Journal jumped out at me, the values voters, evangelical voters for whom same-sex marriage, abortion are key issues. Trump dropped 10% among those voters. Cruz is much stronger there. That's important in South Carolina. If people are not trusting Donald Trump on those issues, that could be a problem for him going forward. So, I mean, his biggest problem is if you get Kasich out, if you get Bush out, and you've just got Cruz, Rubio, Trump, can he beat both Rubio and Cruz? And I'm not sure that he can.
Rubio has said that he's not necessarily wanting a victory in any of these races. He wants the delegates.
Right. At some point, you got to start winning. That's the thing.
Right.
Like, the question is now, the expectations are higher for Rubio in South Carolina now that he's got Nikki Haley.
How much of a halo effect could that have?
It's going to have a halo effect. I mean, he will perform probably better than people expect in South Carolina. But now the Cruz campaign is very shrewdly saying, well, Marco's got to win South Carolina. But, you know, you can rack up delegates over the long haul. But at some point, if you want to win the nomination, you got to start beating Donald Trump in states. And if you don't do that, you don't win the nomination.
Can we talk about the other party for a second? How is it possible that Bernie Sanders and Neil Kashkari are on the same side?
This was a big surprise to a lot of people on Wall Street when he came out with this break up the banks thing.
But he's been a Republican. He was a Hank Paulson. He worked under Hank Paulson and Bush. Yeah. He ran as a Republican.
Yeah. Well, there is
in California lost, but
an intellectual wing of the Republican Party now that believes that the only way to make America safe, the economy safe, is to break up these banks or make them smaller. So it's not completely out of mainstream Republican thinking. It's outside of the Wall Street wing of the Republican Party. But there is a more populist wing that says bust up the banks. But nobody had heard this from Kashkari before, so a bit of a surprise.
Well, no one had heard this specifically from Coach Lakota before. And what does it say that a regional Fed president whose region has no too-big-to-fail banks in it, that they would choose to
I mean, I guess you could call
that.
Wells Fargo a too-big-to-fail bank, right?
You could. U.S. Bancorp gets stress-tested, but it's not,
it's not the same
the top,
league.
Top five.
It was surprising to everybody.
What do you make of these polls? There's some national polls now suggesting that Bernie Sanders is ahead of Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I still don't think Bernie Sanders gets the nomination, although in Nevada, he's now perhaps tied.
Nevada.
Am I not allowed to say Nevada? John Ralston's going to
And also Oregon.
Oregon and Nevada. Nevada, Sanders is doing well. South Carolina, Hillary will win big. I think she'll start to rack up delegates in Super Tuesday, all those southern states. You know, we always say the national numbers don't necessarily mean that much when it's state-by-state contests, but he's giving her a much better race than anybody expected, and he has caught some momentum and caught fire.
You can say Illinois if you want. I mean, we don't care what you say here, but you just.
What do you think the shot is that?
Where is she in South Carolina? How ahead?
20 points, 25
points ahead. In Nevada, it's tied, but she'll win Nevada.
Right, and Nevada polling is notoriously unreliable. We don't really know who's doing what in Nevada. I mean, they had Romney losing big, and he won.
And Super Tuesday is what's the date?
March 1st.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Dowdy from CNBC. Thanks so much for checking out our channel. Here you'll find videos packed with all the info that you need to be smarter about your finances. Be sure and subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me to see CNBC's original series Young Money, Tech Bet, Kramer's Mad Money, and all the latest from CNBC.